You are listening to the O'Brien and Bolt podcast. Summer is here, and there are so many festivals, parades, activities going on now, and I thought it would be a really good time to check in with Don Holliday, who is somewhat of an authority on leisure and the summer season. Hello, is this Don?
What an introduction that is. That's fantastic. Great. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, Don. It's good to have you on the show again.
Good to be here.
You know, I think the last...
Can't talk for too long because I'm out the door right now. I'm heading off to another festival.
Oh, is that right? What are you going to? What festival are you going off to?
Well, there's one in Fairfax, California, which I'm not sure where you're located, but they're on the West Coast.
Yeah, Fairfax, California is not too far from where we are.
Okay, well, I've got a brother and a sister that live out that way, or they think they do. I think they live in 1968. You know.
Well,
that's what I tell people. Where does your brother live? He lives in 1968. Anyway, with the tie-dye, you know, and all the pot.
So...
Yeah, and there's festivals, parades going on all over the time. The sun is out and the sunset late in the day. You know, you got to get yourself geared up. That's one of my hobbies. Is I not only do I a lot of partying and whatnot around the holidays, but the parades. People ask me, how do you do a parade? What do you do a parade for? Why should we have a parade? And I've got a compendium books on just parades.
Gee, that's quite a hobby.
There are military parades. There's just any kind, any number of parades. There's 4th of July, May Day. Every country seems to have a parade. There's Boy Scouts, St. Patrick's Day, Gay Freedom Day parades and whatnot. And a lot of times you see these parades where they're a combination of several things. St. Patrick's Gay Parade or a Boy Scout military parade or Carnival. A lot of people think carnivals are parades, but they're not. They're not technically. People make that mistake all the time, you know. Mm-hmm. Carnival, that's the Mardi Gras, which is Fat Tuesday.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Fat Tuesday at Mardi Gras. And that's the basic, essentially a Catholic holiday. And Carnival, you know what that means, literally translated, don't you, pal?
Carnival?
Carne in Spanish, what does that mean? Chile con carne.
Beef? Is that
beef? Right.
Beef. Okay.
Put the beef away for Lent. No more beef. That's the Catholic thing. So that's where Carnival came from.
I never made that connection
fun
before.
Facts to know and share with your pals next time you're at a party.
Okay.
Tipping a cocktail or something, want to impress somebody. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, buddy boy. Where do you think the word Carnival came from? You know, that's banter is what that is at a party.
All right. So your books are just full of tidbits like this.
Chock is a word I like. Chock full.
Chock's a good word. Chock.
Yeah, chock. Not a lot of people think I'm spelling it CHALK, and I'm not. I'm spelling it CHOCK.
Right, chock.
It's like a palindrome, but different. I don't know what that word is.
Right. When was the first parade? What was the occasion of the very first parade?
Well, that was a celebration that took place many, 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 many years ago in St. Patrick's. It was a St. Patrick's Day parade here in the United States.
That was the very first parade ever?
Erin go Bragh. Mm-hmm. Erin go Bragh.
Okay. All right.
Are you Irish?
Yes, I am.
You have Irish ancestry in you?
Yes, I do. And,
St.
St. Patrick's
Day. Pleased to punch a little more banter for you at the next party you go to. Just mention to the young guy you're looking at or the young lady and say, hey, do you know what the first parade in America the Beautiful was? It was the St. Patrick's Day parade back in...
Well, now I'm wondering, though, what was the very first parade anywhere in the world? Like going back
Well, it's a bunch of cavemen walking around, you know. They were celebrating somebody's birthday or something, or they killed a bear. You know, I don't know.
Did they have
a pterodactyl? They shot it out of the sky. I don't know what you want from me, really, because there's no way to find this stuff out. The written word didn't even exist before. So somebody did write, "Dear diary, hey, we had our first parade today."
Well, they might have...
You kind of put me on the spot, is what I'm saying.
You're such a scholar. I thought perhaps
on the spot.
Right. I was just hoping you might be able to shed a... Well, maybe they did leave some cave drawings or something that would indicate the first parade. Or did they have floats back then?
Well, the floats were actually, those were created, and again, we're talking about the parade and not a festival so much, so let's keep your listeners' minds on the right rail here.
Right. We want to be factual.
Go down this track.
Right.
They were actually in the water, and they were called floats.
Oh,
and
is that
they
right?
actually pulled them along the water with a rope, or they had hidden oarsmen underneath the boats. But then they were so cheaply made because it was just for that one festival, a lot of sinkage and a lot of drownings. And what kind of parade is that? I mean, talk about raining on a parade. How about if everybody drowns that's in the float? Well, you don't want that because whatever you're celebrating quickly diminishes into, first responders come whistling through and the crowd breaks up and whatnot, and everybody goes, "What's going on, mommy, mommy?" And, children are supposed to be having a good time, but if they're running for their lives and whatnot, boy.
Yeah,
anyway,
that would be
the
hard.
first thing I suggest if you're going to do your own parade is put a fire truck right up front, because you got the sirens going and the chief of police and all that. And, if the police are first in the parade, and that's their siren, but that's always a good start. Here's a tip for you.
Okay.
Next parade you organize is put the horses last, okay? I think that's pretty common
obvious.
sense.
Yeah. Common sense, yeah.
You know why?
I can imagine. Yeah, I know why.
Well, it's because,
I know.
Why?
I think our listeners...
I'm asking you why.
I think our listeners can visualize why the horses should go at the end of the parade.
Okay, if you have horses and cows, where would you put them?
I'd put them both at the end of the parade.
You put them way in the back. You're right. Okay,
Right.
Goats, same thing. If you got chickens and they're loose,
right. So
it's to kind of keep them caged up anyway. If it's like a farm parade,
Right.
like a 4-H or
So basically, you're saying put all the animals at the end of the parade.
exactly.
Okay. Well, we've been talking to Don Holliday. About
it's
some
funny,
of the,
isn't it?
Well, that's not exactly the word I'd use for it, but thank you, Don Holliday, shedding some light on summer festivities and the origin.
You get out to the west coast of California out there by Marin County. Come on by that Fairfax Festival, too. And
I actually
enjoy it with me.
live on
and
the
if
west
not,
coast.
I'll give you a call before the Festival of Lights in September, okay? Because
all
they're
right.
going to be in India.
Oh, really? Well, that'll be something. We cannot wait to talk to you then. Well, I guess we're just going to have to.
What?
I think we're losing the connection. Don Holliday.
Can you hear him?
Thank you.
You
Thanks
hear
for
him?
thanks for
I
being on
lost him.
thanks for being on the show, Don. You've been listening to O'Brien and Bolt, the podcast. I'm Michael O'Brien,
And I'm Geoff Bolt,
and our job is to entertain.
as well as inform
If you like what you heard today, please give us a big thumbs up on your source for,
all your podcasts.
and you can find us on Facebook at O'Brien and Bolt. Thanks.